Hi guys, Julie the Oracle here. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. So instead of really asking a question, I decided to pull some more intuitive type of tarot deck. I pulled some cards and I have decided to do channel messages. So I'm going to look at the cards and just see what they tell me. So basically these are messages like who needs to hear this? That's going to be, if we're going to call it a question, that's going to be it. So for those of you watching, you are meant to find this video. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. So here we go. And I love this deck. It's beautiful. You know, it didn't really have a name. At least I don't think it did. It's from Sirius, like the star Sirius. Sirius Tarot. And I bought it on Etsy. I think it came from Turkey. And it's absolutely a beautiful deck. And it may be AI as well, so I'm loving it. Some of these decks just have really beautiful imagery in them, and I love the colors in this deck. So we're going to start off. I just pulled 6 cards here. I've got some oracle to share with you later. First up, we have the 5 of Wands. And there's a lot of wands in here. You know, 3 out of 6 of these are wands. So, and then you have 2 major arcana here. Well, the wands are fire. This could be for my fire signs out here. You know, you may be more interested in this message than other signs. I mean, these are for anybody. The message could be for many. It doesn't matter what your zodiac is, but wands are fire. They represent fire signs, but also it represents the element of fire. Wands represent passion and attraction and creativity, opportunity, ingenuity, you know, a lot of different things. It's, you know, it just represents a lot of creativity, like a lot of people that want to go out and do different things. But with the 5 of Wands, when you think of the 5 of Wands is usually like conflict. I mean, in the typical Rider-Waite, it's a bunch of people that look like they're fighting with wands. Sometimes it could be a matter of how you look at it. It's all about your perspective, because while it looks like they're fighting with sticks, they could be just using those sticks as practice. They could be practice fighting together. Could be part of training for something. Could be exercise. It could be a lot of things. In this one, it's a 5 of Wands, but you only see one. So we want to look at this 5 of Wands in a different way. And I love the colors. It's almost like it's sitting in water, or like almost ocean, it looks like. And there's a lot of intricate carving. I'll show you again. The intricate carving that's on here is just beautiful. And it's really hard to tell. Like, it looks like water, like it could be in an ocean, but then it's almost like you can't tell where, you know, land and sky meet if this were kind of an abstract background. It's very ethereal. It almost looks like a makeup brush. You know, it's funny. There could be somebody who likes wearing makeup or is a makeup artist or enjoys doing makeup for themselves or others. I'm only going to say that because it looks like a makeup brush on the tip. Very interesting. But wands are about creative, so I think that there's a lot of very creative people. And creativity, I mean, we know art is subjective. It can be anything. You don't have to be like a painter. What people do as makeup artists is very creative. There's people who do hair creatively. There's people, you know, who do mixed media and different types of art. And someone who does architecture can be an artist because they're designing a very unique building or a structure of some sort that is just different than anybody else. So, you know, when you think about it, this is what I'm getting, that many of you that are watching are going to be very creative and artistic types. The 5 of Wands can mean, you know, 5 is conflicts, challenges, changes, obstacles, things like that. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. Change is good, guys. Change is good. You could be changing careers. You could be changing the type of mediums you do with your art. There could be changes going on in your life, and maybe your passion for one thing changed to another. It happens. Sometimes we have more than one, so you could have 5 of them if you want to put the 5 on there. Also, there's another way to look at these cards. 5, if you want to look at the major arcana, 5 is the Hierophant. So, and this is an interesting concept I've come across more than once. I don't take credit for it, but I do think it's really, really interesting way to look at the cards. So if we look at 5 as the Hierophant, it's the Hierophant of Wands. Like, this talks about It can be a spiritual connection. It can be spiritual lessons. The Hierophant is the teacher. So somebody here could be an artistic teacher. Could be an art teacher. And that doesn't mean art necessarily, but the arts include a lot of things. You could be part of theater, Broadway. You could be a part of, teach drama, at high school. I don't know. You could do any of that. You could teach music. I mean, all these beautiful colors. It's just a blend of everything that's beautiful and artistic. So that's what I get with the Five of Wands. It's funny the makeup brush thing came out there because that's what I'm getting from it. If anything changes, if I get anything else, I'll let you know. So far, that's the one thing I'm getting, that it's very artistic. And it's funny because the second card is also Wands, but this is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is about success, victory. It can be about recognition, making, realizations of things. Again, we have one wand here, and it looks like it's beautifully carved. It kind of reminds me of Harry Potter. It kind of looks like a magic wand when you think about it. Very different from the first one we looked at. And looks like these little bits of energy almost look like light, rather than like the swirls of like sky and ocean. This one looks like magic. And when you think of six is the lovers. So if you think of Six of Wands, wands being passion and attraction and creativity, somebody here could be attracting somebody. Again, a lot of artistic people watching, but if you think the Lover of Wands, like somebody is in love with what they do. Your career could be a graphic artist or something of that nature, painter. It can be physical 3D, but you could be doing something like this AI stuff that creates these cards. This is a really big thing right now. This is art itself. So if you're really big into IT software, you're creating programs that can do this kind of thing, that's awesome. And I do get a feel that there's a lot of creative people out there coming up with things like this. Art that looks like this. So with the Six of Wands, we talk about the lover. It could be someone who loves their job, is passionate about their job. But it doesn't have to be that. The Lover of Wands could mean that you're attracting in someone that's very passionate, attractive. You have a lot of desire for this person, or they for you. But the Lovers is about duality and choice. So, you could have some type of creative choices to make. This could be something with, I'm getting marketing and advertising. I don't know who's into that. That does take a lot of creativity though. So kudos to you, because I don't think I could do that. But you see the stuff that you watch on TV, you see these creative ads, whether they're in magazines or they're on TV or, shameless plugs in movies, whatever it is. People get really, really creative with how they slip this stuff in there. They get creative with the color and the design and the actors and how they're portrayed, everything. So this could be something that you could be transitioning to a job like this, or you could be leveling up and going to a higher position. So with the Six of Wands, maybe this is the success and victory, is that you're moving on up in your career and you're having a lot of success with it. You're being recognized for your contribution. So enjoy that. For those of you that have those type of jobs, congrats on getting recognized. Yeah, I'm loving this so far. Okay, and we have the Magician. This is kind of a dark card, and it's all golden colored and yellow. The Magician, I go with, it's manifestation. You have the tools to do whatever you need. You have, the power is within you. The Magician usually features all of the elements, the suits. They usually have a wand, and they have a sword and a cup. And they have, what am I missing? I forgot, a pentacle. Sorry. I think they're standing on the pentacle. That's why I can't see it. So they're standing on the pentacle, but they have a little wand here. And then you're seeing a little bit of other, and it's almost like there's a light up here. This looks like somebody who's on a stage almost. And they look ethereal, like they're a spirit. Just half appearing and they're half disappearing. And they're rooted into the ground. It's very beautiful. It's dark and it's yellowy and it's just almost haunting. But the Magician is manifesting. You want something. You're manifesting your desires, your hopes, your dreams, your goals. This is a powerful card to have. And I think a lot of you, you're living your dream right now. You're working in your passion and you've manifested a lot for yourself. And you may be manifesting more projects or, starting up your own business. You may be getting better and better at what you're doing and adding more people on and, I'm trying to think what else I'm seeing here, because I'm noticing something down here that keeps catching my eye. And from here, it looks like a white rose. So if a white rose is important to you, pay attention. If you like a white rose, maybe you have a flower business, I don't know. Some of you, watching might be creative. Like, she's got this wand coming out of her hand. Even she doesn't look like a complete real human. She definitely looks like she's part of like the root system to a tree. I don't know how close you can see this, but it's pretty intricate looking the way it was created. I kind of like how it turned out. It's artistic in that way. And there's something coming down here, and I don't know what it is, but the light shining, it's almost like they're on a stage. There's curtains back here. It's like, it's time to step up. You are the magician. And so it's time to do your show. It's time to pull all your tricks out. Maybe you have a way of entertaining people. You could be a magician, literally. You could be a magician that just enjoys doing this, a small time. Or you could be someone that likes to be on the stage. This could have to do with actors and people who like doing productions. Maybe not as big as Broadway, it could be, but maybe you like doing stage plays or musicals or things like that. There's a lot of creativity here. And a lot of you are making your own way and creating your own success here. I'm looking to see if I get anything else off of this card as I'm looking at it. It's like she's holding on to it. She's reaching out, and it's like she's tapping into the energy here. Some of you may be very intuitive. I'm getting some intuition, like you're connected to the source. You're connected to the energy of the earth, of its people, of the sky, space. You're just connected to the collective consciousness. Some of you are definitely connected to just everything. You're all part of this root system here, but you trust your instincts, your gut. There's a lot of intuition. The intuition is flowing. Maybe you've tapped into your intuition and you're trusting it to guide you and to take you to the places you want to go in life, in career, in love, in everything. So the magician does that. The magician is where you are creating your future. You're manifesting exactly what you want and who you want to be. I think that's a beautiful card. It's one of my favorites. And then we go straight into temperance. Oh, temperance. This is the card of balance. Balance, it's healing, it's the temperance has been referred to, I've heard it referred to as having a powerful connection with someone else. So you might have a powerful connection. Could be a soul connection. It could be romantic, platonic, business related, anything. Your soul family, your soul tribe, whoever you want to be. It could be a friend or family member or romantic. Anything's possible. And it's funny because I say that and then there's a person up here. There's like an angel here, but there's a person up here and they also appear to have some type of wings. So, definitely something you want to look into. If you have a connection with somebody, I really like this. But it can also be, it's a timing card as well. So sometimes this can be a divine timing card. It can tell you that you need to be patient. Like what you want will happen, but it's going to take time. So for those of you out here like biting your nails and being anxious, stop. The more you fret about it and worry about it, and I'm guilty of this too, it's going to take longer. Sometimes divine timing is finicky like that. It's like when you really, really want it and you're pushing for it and you're gunning for it, it keeps trying to slip away from you. It just makes things take longer. So you got to back off. You got to go distract yourself. Focus on yourself doing other things. Find something or someone to distract yourself. In the meantime, go have fun and relax and do whatever. And then divine timing will come back because it's like, oh, okay, they're not paying attention. Now I'm going to come back and bite them in the butt. And sometimes that speeds it up too. So, you just have to work with it. It just depends. But temperance is a beautiful card. Some of you may need to do some healing. Temperance can be a healing related card too. Balance out your life, cut ties with things that aren't serving you anymore, whether that's people or, limiting beliefs. You just need to declutter, declutter your life, and you need to balance yourself out with some self-care, maybe some meditation, find more things that raise your vibration and make you happy and bring you peace. Some of you definitely need to hear that right now. So if you're healing, keep healing. It's a beautiful thing. I see just a lot of beautiful colors in there. Look at the clouds. It's very ethereal. It's okay to allow yourself to rest, to daydream, to think about it. Daydreaming and stuff is all part of that magician. It's part of manifesting. So sometimes you use your affirmations. You can daydream and fantasize about it, but use it as a visualization and picture yourself being where you want to be in life. And this will help the healing, but it'll also propel you forward. You'll start seeing things happen. But definitely you gotta have patience with that too, because some people are like, oh, I'm done with this. I don't want to feel anything about it anymore. Healing takes time too, so it's part of the process. And temperance can be a lot about balance. You just want things to be nice and balanced, and that's going to happen for you. You just have to be patient. I don't know how many times that word comes up. It's becoming a word I don't like. Yeah. You may not like it either. I understand. But temperance is a good sign. At least it lets you know it's going to take time, so you can do other things and have fun. Then we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is known as an ending, but usually it's somebody carrying a burden. Some of you may be feeling burdened. Ooh, something's coming to me. Heavy is the head that carries the crown, or I don't know why it's coming. There's like a saying. Maybe somebody will get it right, but yeah. You're having to, maybe you're in charge of something, or you run your own company, or in charge of a project management, something like that, but you are responsible for yourself and others and the work that you do, or just responsible for watching others. And, it's getting to be a little bit of a burden because you need a break and you're not getting enough of a break. And supervising is a lot. It can be a lot when you're trying to multitask all these different people and things and practices. So you definitely want to, just pay attention. Pay attention to what you're doing there. If you need a break, take a break. Don't let yourself get burnt out. I always say don't spread yourself too thin. I don't know how many times we say that, and then we continue to work ourselves too much. So it's very important that you take physical, mental, and emotional breaks, that you take self-care breaks and treat yourself. It's okay to treat yourself. Go treat yourself too nice. Get some takeout, watch a movie, you go do something you enjoy. If you have a pool or a hot tub, go swimming, get in the hot tub, or draw yourself a hot bath and put some oils and flowers in it, whatever you want. Have a glass of wine, order yourself a massage, go to the salon and treat yourself. Just whatever it is that you want to do, go do. And I don't know who this is, but I keep seeing this wand is hitting this ball of energy. Somebody I don't know if somebody is there a stick ball or something? I keep getting that someone might like baseball here. Baseball, softball, anything where you're hitting something like this. I just get this image that somebody likes to play sports. There's all these beautiful colors. There's a lot of heart to hear, intuition, but there's a lot of knowing of what's coming next. And I love that the carving in this wand is got this blue in it. So some of you may need to speak up. If you are feeling overburdened with things, then you really, really pay attention to that. You need to speak up and say, look, I have too much to carry. And I know this is hard because when you're at a job and you're trying to move up and get that promotion, if you're afraid that if you go to your boss and you're like, hey, I am weighed down with too many responsibilities, I'm trying to do it all, but it's getting to be a bit much. And you think if you bring it up to them and you tell them that they're going to be like, well, if you can't handle it, then you're not going to get this promotion. If you have a boss like that, find a better place to work because you should never be all work and no play. And it should never be, and I think this is what it's about. Seeing someone you like to watch sports or play sports, you might want to go out and enjoy yourself. This could be one of those things. Go watch a football game or, whatever. I don't know what's in season. This is going to be a timeless reading. So, depending on what time of year it is, it could be soccer or baseball or football. Shoot, you might like golf. I don't know. Hitting a ball with a stick. If there's anything that falls under that category is up to you. So the 10 of Wands, 10 represents the Wheel of Fortune. So maybe luck will be in your favor. So if you do have a good boss and you can speak up and like, hey, I'm working really hard and I really want this promotion, but I'm also feeling overworked and I'm not getting enough rest. I'm not getting enough relaxation. I'm working 60, 70 hours a week or something. If you're overdoing it, you've got to cut back. You don't want to burn out and you don't want to have exhaustion. So if you have a boss you can trust with that, tell them. You need to speak up. Blue is all about the throat chakra, so you really got to speak up and let them know how you're feeling. Just, and remain professional, but be tactful. But make sure you assert yourself and let them know what's going on. You definitely need this. You need a break. You need a break. And the Wheel of Fortune is about fate and destiny. So maybe letting you know that means that you're destined to do whatever it is that you're doing. If this is your passion in life, you never work a day in your life when you're doing something you love. But at some point you do have to be honest with yourself that you do need a healthy work-life balance. So if that comes down to where you're feeling unbalanced, balance yourself back out. Do what you love, raise your vibrations, get back to a place where you're well rested and you've got energy and you're ready to go. So please take my advice there. And then one of the last tarot we have here is the Queen of Swords. She's very dark and beautiful. You notice she has a skull coming out of her chest. Like, it's almost another face. It's kind of creepy. And she's very, she's tall and broad. She's almost wearing a crown. The Queen of Swords, yeah, I mean, she's the queen. But she's also very, she's level-headed and rational. She's very direct, almost blunt. And she's going to, whoever is representing this card, this is you. You probably tell it like it is. You don't mince words. You tell people exactly what they want to hear, whether they want to hear it or not, because you're being honest and you're very brutally honest with them. And, you're also intuitive because like this yellow circle around her, definitely, that's your intuition. So you have a knowing about these things. She does have a yellow cast on her of this color, and you have a knowing. You trust your gut. And it's funny, this is kind of down in the heart and chest area, like in the gut area, so this other face down here, this could be like your intuition as like a face, another person. It's very creepy looking, kind of looks like a skull. But yes, she has that knowing and she trusts her gut. So with this knowing around you, you know exactly when to tell people what to tell them and how to tell them. Well, you need to be gentle. You can kind of scale it back a little bit and be gentle, but most of the time people need to hear it harsh and you give them that tough love. So for those people that are like that, you guys are the ones giving the tough love, and I'm looking to see what I get from it. Like maybe some of you need to step up and be more of a Queen of Swords, and you need to assert yourself more to, tell people how you feel. Tell them what they need to hear, whether they like it or not. If you're in the right context, and you don't want to go and tell your boss off and get fired or anything like that. But like if you're burdened in like this one, the 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Wheel of Fortune, it's mainly like fate and destiny, but it's also luck is turning in your favor. So for those of you burdened, that luck is turning in your favor, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. I think most of you are going to be listened to. You'll be heard. And the Queen of Swords is about asserting yourself, making yourself known. Like, you want to make your presence known, but you want to be heard too. Some of you need to step up into that Queen of Swords. Some of you are already like that, and those of you that are watching are like that, so are agreeing with me right now because you're like, yep, that's me. And you're learning to do that. And right now, you guys are really passionate, and you do have that knowing. And there's a little green there, so I see this green here. That tells me you've got a lot of heart. You do come from a heart space. You're not trying to be mean to people when you talk to them. What you need to know is like, yes, sometimes you need that tough love. You need to be harsh, but you know intuitively when the right time is. Sometimes you need to soften that blow, and you have enough heart to do that. To go, you know what? I need to be a little more tactful and gentle with my words with this particular person or situation, because you know that they are sensitive to it and they're feeling very emotional right now, so you want to approach them, in a better manner than you normally would. So this is your confirmation of like, hey, keep speaking your truth, because it's doing you favors. Okay. So I'm looking to see if there's any other messages. There's a few flowers in her crown. Some of you like flowers, though. But some of you really like being outspoken. Some of you could be speakers, too. You could be very, very articulate speakers. You could be teachers. I mean, she just stands up there to speak. You know, and I talked about the theater. It could be the same thing. Some of these cards can relate to each other. And so with that creative side, if you are in the theater, you might be someone who's very good at monologues. Or maybe you just like to be a public speaker because you like to make a difference with, you go around to schools and you talk to them about something. You know, sometimes it's the whole dare thing, but you might go around and talk to them about other things. So, I don't know. They bring speakers out for so many things now. I wouldn't know. You could go around to different companies and you could speak to them about, you know, insurance, or maybe you go around for a charity and you're asking them like, hey, this is our charity. This is what we do. We'd like for you to sign up, or if you'd like to sign over like a tiny percentage of your paycheck, it would go to like the United Way, or, you know, whoever that's for. But I'm kind of getting that too. But you're definitely a people person and you're very good talking to people. So I get the feeling that you're very outgoing too. But you tend to be a bit serious at times. Okay, hopefully that resonated with some of you. Okay, now we have the Oracle. So with the Ascendant Oracle, I have Get Creative. I'm going to show you that up close. It's beautiful. It's a flower with wings, and it just looks like bright burst of stars or whatever there is there. Oh, it's kind of funny. I just saw that. That's probably a little burst of something. But the way it is, some of them became crosses. Don't know if you're religious, but you have the wings, so your angels are telling you to get creative. That goes with all these wands in here. Very creative. Creative, artistic people. And it just kind of goes along with half of what I've said here. So get creative. If you're not creative, maybe you're thinking of, you know, picking up a hobby and being creative in some type of art. You know, it could be drawing or painting or pastels. You know, you might like to put together random metal pieces and screws, and you might like to put them together, like glue them together and create like three-dimensional structures with them. I forgot what it's called. 3D art. I used to use wire, and I would twist the wire into different like two-dimensional looking things, but I would try to make it three-dimensional at some point. So if you want to get creative, find a hobby, do something unique. So get creative. That's what it's saying. And I don't know if this flower, it reminds me of Hawaii, so maybe somebody's got a connection to Hawaii, or they love tropical flowers. There's something there with that. And so a lot of you love the angels, like the wings. You might have been an angel in a past life. I know I was. Let's see what else I get. I've got 2 Moonology flew out. I don't know what your situation is. And so for some of you, you know, supervising people, going to your boss, telling them you're overburdened. I'm not sure what the situations are other than the things I mentioned. In some of the cases that I mentioned, whether you're supervising other people and you're trying to get control of the situation, or you're trying to take a break because you are overburdened. Moonology says the void of course moon. I don't know what this is. This is the first time I've heard of it, but it says nothing will come of this situation. Some of you like the purple and the moon. The moon represents intuition, and the purple represents like your third eye. So maybe you can already see the situation playing out, and nothing's going to come of it. I hate to disappoint you, but yeah, you know, nothing's going to come of some of these situations that you're hopeful for. Please prepare yourself for that. I always want the best for you guys. I want things to happen for you, but be prepared that it might not. And you might be able to speak. You might speak up, and you might go and tell somebody what they need to hear, and they might get mad at you for it. They might just go, you know what, I don't believe you. That's not my belief. I'm not going to listen to you. And nothing's going to come of the situation because they're not going to listen to any advice you give them. They're not going to, your boss may not listen to you. If you're at one of those places where your boss is just like, no, work, 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 no play. No, don't work for a place like that. If it's that bad, like, I encourage you to step up and take your creativity somewhere where it's appreciated, and the company has a very, very positive work-life balance. In this other one, New Moon in Aries. It's time to take action. So for some of you, yeah, keep speaking up. If you're artistic, you want to do that new project, pick up a hobby, time to take action on that. If you're healing, that's happening. It's all going to happen within time. Don't expect, take action now. Those are the first steps, but just don't expect that when you take action, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel accomplished that you stepped up and you took action, but nothing's going to happen real quick. So that being said, that's not going to, it's just not going to happen right away. So, but taking action will set the ball in motion. It definitely will. And I don't know if this is for my, that's Aries. I'm thinking Capricorn. I don't know why. I'm thinking Capricorn too, but I'm going to say like this, is Aries fire sign? I forgot. I'm getting fire signs in that, but I'm also feeling like with the, the creatures and earth and everything, I'm getting that this could be for earth signs. It's time to take action from my earth signs. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm saying that. So this could apply to some earth signs. We had air signs with the Queen of Swords. So air signs, you guys, and that might be a message for you, but these messages they apply across the board to anybody, any gender, any astrological sign, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, this applies to what you're specifically doing. And the angel, my Saints and Angels Oracle card, and we have higher education. So some of you you may be learning about art. I actually have an AA in visual arts. So some of you might be going back to school, or you might go to one of those trade schools where some of them offer these short-term classes where you can learn how to cook, you can learn how to paint or reupholster furniture or do glass blowing, whatever it is. Some of you are going back to learn this because you want to. There's a butterfly here, that's transformation. If the rose is important to you, and there's a diploma there, some of you may be getting ready to graduate, or you may be going back to school to get your diploma. If you're young, you could be graduating high school, but if you're in college, this is you getting your bachelor's, or you may be going further than that. You may be trying to get your master's or even your PhD. You've got plans, so go with it. And the sun shining down on her, your angels, your guardian angels, like, yep. They're like, we're proud of you. We support you. Keep it up. Keep going. We got you. And I like it. You've got the spiritual side supporting you. So go for it. Go for it. Go for it. But I really like that. I don't know what some of you might be doing interesting things with candles or wax. There's a little bit of wax sealing that diploma. And I'm just like, you're doing something with it. And then there's a ribbon or twine or something. I should show you. I don't know if you can see that, but it's tied with like this little gold straw or something. But some of you might be doing something. You used to weave those bracelets out of fabric, or not fabric. I can't even speak right now. What was it? It was just strings, like those beautiful colored strings. You would go to one of those stores, what's the name of it? Michael's, Hobby Lobby, one of those places that had all the arts and crafts stuff, and you'd be making jewelry with the colorful string, or you'd make those friendship bracelets. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. No, the friendship bracelets. That's what they are. And we used to make them out of colorful things, and you would tie them in a knot, and then you'd give them to your best friend. Yeah. Some of you might just be doing stuff like that, Some of you could be creating a side hustle with your art. You might start selling stuff on Etsy. I don't know what you're going to do, but you're going to do a lot. So some of you are going back to, you're going back to school, or you're in school and you're going to graduate soon. So congrats to those of you that are. Good luck to you going back to school. Like, you're going to love it. I love that atmosphere. So I wish you the best. I pulled a dream oracle card. It says computer. I love this. It says upgrade your mental software. It's funny because that goes right along with higher education. If you're upgrading your mental software, that means you're learning. You're going back to school to learn, or you're going through a training program to train your brain. Some of you may be working with computers or making the AI stuff like I was talking about. You may be doing IT, software, hardware, or you may be into graphic design. You may be learning how to make the designs like this AI stuff that's so cool. You could be making an app for a phone, but you like working with computers and you're good at it. There's a lot of intuition here, and then there's a lot of this grounding red color, and then the sacral. The sacral is where you have a lot of passion and sexuality and all kinds of things. it's a place where, that's a place where you really get your desire to do all these passions in life, and your gut just tells you this is the right way to go. And then you have all these pretty blues and greens. You put a lot of heart into it, but you speak up on it because it's what you want to do. So keep on that path. You're doing a great job. You know, if you're learning and training or interning or whatever you're doing, these two cards are related. It's going to be higher education either way. But it's going to make you smarter. You're going to learn how to do things differently. And you may have a desire to keep learning. So keep taking classes. And those classes don't have to be anything that gets a diploma or a certificate. But, I mean, there's classes nearby I would love to take where I just learned how to make certain types of ethnic foods or baking. They have holiday baking class. I mean, I would love that. Making cakes and cookies and pies. Oh my. I love sweets, if you haven't noticed. But I'm just telling you that. You can't even see sweets out here. But I'm a pastry chef by trade. I didn't work in it that long, but I do still bake all the time. And I love that stuff. There's also, I would always like to take a glass blowing class, or the upholstery class would be cool if you want to do it yourself kind of thing and like upgrade stuff around your home. It's just cool. Sometimes you could take classes on finances just to learn how to better balance your bank account and how to, you know, start something to save money. There's so many things you can do to educate yourself or to improve your life. So by all means, go out and do that. The last we have is your color card. It's blue. Activate your healing power, number 37. 37, 7, 8, 9, 10. 37 reduces to 10. 10 goes back to the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Wands there. So luck's in your favor. It's fate, it's destiny. And that healing card, it goes back to the temperance in the healing. It's time to do that. There's a little bit of green in here, but this beautiful color, this blue, the white is like your crown. You have a knowing. You know what you need to do. You know where you need to go, what you need to do for your career or your life or whatever your hopes and dreams are. You have a knowing exactly what you want to do. You just need to follow it. And the rest of it, you're getting images and, you know, you're getting the clairvoyancy telling you at times. And the green, you've got to speak up, follow it. Say what you want to do. Speak it out loud, manifest it into reality. And the green, your heart's involved here too. So go for it. You try wearing these blue colors. It's beautiful. So try wearing blue jewelry, blue clothing, or keeping blue objects around you, whatever it is you can hold on. Blue crystals. I always forget. Blue crystals, yes. Lapis. I love lapis lazuli. Did I say it right? I don't know if I did. I like the lapis personally. It's beautiful. But I also like blue goldstone. I think it's really pretty. It's almost like this pretty shimmery color. And it's just fun to have. There's all types of blue agates and things you can take. I hope I said that word. I always mispronounce these crystal names. But there's just a lot of beautiful there. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that those of you watching got the messages you needed to get. I appreciate it. Until next time.